Yo, welcome back to another video, and we have another old man video, and this person recommended me to watch this video and another one, so I'll get to that next one in the next video. But for now, we're gonna watch episode 4. So we're going back. We watched episode 12 last time. Now we're going to 4. It really doesn't matter what order I watch it in, as long as I'm getting the information and it's getting stuck in this noggin. But with that said, let's actually get into the video.
General Medicaid warning. The views expressed in 5-ish minute lore the Lord delivered in rants are sanctioned by their scholar Pergenium as exostrageous. Prolonged exposure can result in loss of IQ, high blood pressure, random outbursts, and blunt force trauma to the skull, resulting in unconsciousness. Please consult your local physician for more information.
I love this disclaimer so much.
Sigismund, the First Templar. The man so deeply embedded in the ways of sheer chaddery that he managed to badass his way back into Daddy's good graces when he was super ultra disowned by him.
Yes.
This isn't gonna be a rant video. This is resounding praise of the absolute unit of a space marine that is Sigismund. Where do I even start? I mean, seriously, how can I even start with this magnificent bastard? His name comes from the sound his doctor made on the day of his birth after the doctor slapped him and the newborn—
Hold on, is that him? That looks fucking badass. See, I just love like the art. That looks fucking badass.
Sigismund crushed his larynx for the affront to his pride. Life is multiple choice, and Sigismund not only got straight A's, but he chose violence every time. You know someone is built differently when you hear a Primarch refer to them as death itself. He was Dorn's right-hand man during the Great Crusade and is known for 3 things. 1, being almost supernatural in combat. 2, being so zealous to the crusade it bordered on a religion in its own right. And 3, always checking the box for homicide when it came to dealing with the enemies of man. Horus was jealous of him because not only did Sigismund do the whole bald is beautiful routine before Horus did, he just did it better. He was in charge of the first company of the Fist, known as the Templars, and was bro tier with Karn before he became the Betrayer due to them hanging out and beating up world eaters when he was assigned to go murdering people with them, and becoming known as the Black Knight. This is where he picked up the habit of wrapping chains around his fist and the handle of his weapon. When the heresy kicked off, Sigismund was one of the first outside of Isfahan to figure out that shit just got real, and the first Imperial Saint Euphrates Keeler told him he'd have to make a choice. He could take war without him by doing his duty.
I just love this. He's good. He's very good. Makes me laugh. Bald is beautiful.
Or not do his duty and die unremembered. But if he picked
this meme, man,
Primarch would need him but not have him at a crucial hour. Spoiler alert, he checked the box for war and stuck to Dorn like glue. Dorn wasn't sure why because hell, it's Sigismund. He had just offered Sigismund the chance to go kill anything he could find, and his Templar first captain said, nah, it'll be fine. But then Sigismund told him he made the decision to stay by his dad because some hot blonde told him to do so. Dorn instantly disowned his ass, called him a dipshit, and then sent him to Mars to Ocean 11 in a ton of armor, which he then did. When he got back to Terra, Dorn confused the hell out of him by singling him out to make him the Emperor's champion. At that point, Sigismund went from insane to, well...
Stone Cold Steve Austin, baby.
After being named the Emperor's champion, Sigismund had a choice of exactly how to be the Emperor's champion, and he chose homicide. After dressing in all black and being turned into 30K's version of the goddamn Batman with a black sword, a two-handed blade.
That looks so badass.
Sigismund turned the entirety of the rest of the Siege of Terra into a series of fights where the goal was to viciously murder whoever won their Legion's popularity contest. Finding those targets generally wasn't that hard since he just made it a personal habit to show up and start butchering whoever stood between him and whoever was monologuing at the time. At any point in time, Sigismund saw someone who could get voted prom king or talking.
Now that's Warhammer armor, right? Hi everyone, what's up? Little, I don't know what you want to call this, ad or whatever, my own personal ad. Well, I have this right here, a little poll of, games that I wouldn't mind purchasing, but it's really up to you to vote on what game you want me to buy and play and make content on. I'm going to leave a link to the I'm going to leave a link to it in the description and vote. I'm going to end this on Tuesday, October 1st. And until then, vote. And at the end, I'll tell you what game I wanted to win. I'm not going to tell you now to influence anything. So, let's get back to the video there. I just watched a video of what's her name? I'm terrible with names, but you know that girl making that Warhammer armor. And I was saying like it was good armor, better than I can do, okay? But the helmet was kind of unproportioned. Like this looks right. You look at this, this looks like they just ripped this straight out of like the pages or whatever.
Shit, he put them on the top of the list to get vibe checked or removed from active service. Even Fulgrim caught the hands. When the Saturnine wall was being sieged, Fulgrim cornered an Imperial Fist captain who was having the worst first day on the job ever. He was monologuing and talking shit until Sigismund saw what was going on, did some mental math, checked D for disrespect, and promptly embarrassed Fulgrim by giving him a slick haircut and a few scars the Primarch still doesn't want to talk about. What's worse for Fulgrim is this happened right in front of Dorn. Fulgrim got out of his own shock at being vibe checked that hard by something a third his size and got ready to try and kill Sigismund. That's when Dorn stepped in. Apparently the kill them while they monologue thing is a gene trait of the Fist, like poetry is to the Raven Guard and hugs are to the Salamanders. Fulgrim started monologuing and only stopped when Dorn decided to punch him in the face. Dorn curb stomped Fulgrim until Fulgrim decided he was simply tired of getting his ass whipped and promptly pulled the ripcord on being on terror and bitched out, running away. Dorn and Sigismund celebrated by butchering 56 of the best fighters the Emperor's children have left, with Sigismund yeeting Fulgrim's favorite boy off a cliff for his time. The kill the monologuing one strat only failed one time, and that was against Karn. But Karn doesn't really monologue, he just grunts and screams. And he was the only one to actually win against Sigismund during the Siege of Terra. But by that point, Karn was basically Khorne in Space Marine form, and Sigismund had not yet gone Super Saiyan God Space Marine yet. When the Horus Heresy ended, there was only one Space Marine he wanted to see, Abaddon the Despoiler. But he wouldn't see Abaddon again.
Does he not have arms?
1,000 years old. After Horus got...
Wait, does he not have arms? Okay. Wow.
Lead and the Emperor became a paraplegic and the Iron Cage. Sigismund became the first High Marshal of the Black Templars. Instantly, he decided the best way to be the High Marshal of the Black Templars was extreme violence and brutal murder of anyone or anything that wasn't human or didn't love the Emperor. Finally, after 500 years of
the Emperor
his bed for Sigismund, Abaddon nutted up and left the Eye of Terror, and the only force ready to clap traitor cheeks was Sigismund's Black Templars. At this point, Sigismund was nearly 1,000 years old and has spent his elder years curb stomping anyone and everything with an opinion. When Abaddon and Sigismund finally met, Abaddon tried his best to monologue his way to victory until Sigismund let him know that no matter how much he talked, he was still getting the hands. Abaddon and Sigismund squared off, and even though Sigismund was over 1,000 years old, he still fought Abaddon to a stalemate. If the fight went on much longer, Sigismund knew he would be beaten, but Papa Dorn didn't raise no bitch. Sigismund took the two-handed black sword and put it through Abaddon's chest, taking the hit from Abaddon that almost cut him in half. Let me say that again. Sigismund did everything he could to kill Abaddon, knowing he would die in return. That's how dedicated Sigismund was to killing traitors. This guy was just built different. Abaddon survived only due to intense warp shenanigans, and he tried to be respectful, telling Sigismund it's time to sleep. Abaddon was ready for something poetic or some final praise to the Emperor. But no, like I said, Papa Dorn didn't raise no bitch. Sigismund spit his final words through a mouthful of blood, and what he said gave Abaddon such serious emotional damage it took him over 9,000 years to get over the emotional trauma and do something worthwhile again.
You will die as your wicked father died. Soulless, orderless, weeping, ashamed.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get.
Man, you know how, like, if different, like, not universes, but like realities were real, and like, you know, the Warhammer universe was like a different reality. Oh my gosh, reality. Like, can I get born into that reality, like, next time, like, and be like a space marine? Like, I want to be like a juiced up space marine, like, because when it comes to heresy and for the Emperor, I would tear some shit up. I'm just saying.
Get into it because they would never understand.
Sigismund's body was sent back to Terra with full honors, probably because Abaddon was worried that if Sigismund's body was disrespected, that the Black Templar would come back to haunt him. The entire incident messed Abaddon up so much that to even remember it gives him the 1,000-yard stare and the sweats. He even made sure that Sigismund's personal blade got handed to a surviving Black Templar for safekeeping, just in case keeping the blade disrespected the memory of Sigismund. That's all you need to know about Sigismund, the first Black Templar. All hail the High Marshal, the Imperial Fist, the Black Knight. Hail the first Templar.
Okay. Good video. I really do like his videos. The way he delivers stuff, and you know, his dialogue and everything is so good. Makes me laugh every fucking time. Oh my gosh. All right, like I always say, you know, I'm not gonna make this part too long. Subscribe to him, give him a like, and yeah, just show him support. And before I leave, like I always say, give my video a like, subscribe to me, and ring that bell for more videos, reactions, and gameplay. And like I always say it with me now. Come on, say it with me now. Have a good day or night, whenever you're watching this. Peace.